Hello, Tech Pros, episode 176.
No, whatever your goals are, make it 10 times. Make it 10 times bigger than that.
Welcome to the podcast where I chat with professionals who are getting the job done using technology 7 days a week. Each week, we start with Motivation Monday. Tuesday is about productivity, Wednesday, leadership, Thursday, technology, Friday, people and communication, Saturday, entrepreneurship, and Sunday, being unplugged. All right, let's get started. Hello, Tech Pros. This is Chad Bostic, and I'm excited to introduce our featured guest today, Kindle Rashod. Happy Monday, Kindle.
Hey, how you doing, Chad, man? Thanks for having me on, man.
You bet. I'm doing great. I'm so excited and pumped up this Monday and ready for this interview. Are you motivated to get this thing started?
Man, I've been motivated 3 hours ago.
Sweet. I love it. Kindle Rashod is a motivational hip-hop artist targeting other creative artists and entrepreneurs. His brand involves more than just making music. Through blogging, writing books, podcasts, and videos, Kindle wants to provide information on motivation, productivity, innovation, and faith. So, Kindle, I love the message that you're sharing here today, and I love folks that want to get out and provide more information on motivation and productivity and innovation and faith, because, dude, that's what I'm all about. And some of those things are what has inspired me to build my career and now start my business. And anybody that I can help promote their message in that positive manner, I'm all about. So I appreciate you coming on the show to talk to me about it today.
Man, yeah, thank you, man. I think that was what you just said, kind of inspired me. So yeah.
Cool. So you're a hip hop artist. So tell us about maybe some of your music and why you got into that industry.
Well, it started when I was 11. My friends. Well, actually, I wasn't really into music back then per se. Like my parents would listen to it. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until my friend, they wanted to mimic one of the popular rap groups back then. But for some reason I was drawn into that. So my friends, they were, I'll go over their houses and, we'll record on a cassette tape. But like over the years, I've been the only one who stayed on that path while they went and did other things. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I was drawn to music, but I just know that it's a passion. Matter of fact, I went to school for it here in Cleveland, Ohio. My major was in recording arts and technology. And what I pretty much did, I learned the behind the scene type stuff like audio production, music business, general entrepreneurship, that sort of thing.
Man, that's awesome. As a podcaster who produces the show, I have so much respect for the people behind the scenes that do the editing now on music and on television and movies and other podcasts, because I did it for the first 21 episodes and I was like, I can't do this. I mean, I'm going crazy. There's this, you have to listen to the same material over and over and over, and you just have to have like a really strong ear for what sounds good and when to cut and when to keep and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, I had to eventually find me an editor to help me with that, because I couldn't keep up with it. So I have a great deal of respect for those kind of folks.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was talking to this one lady a few years back, and she said she wanted to record in the studio. She's not a musician full time or anything like that, but she did want to put something together for her church. I was showing her a website that a studio put up, and there was listing the prices. And she saw that she had the option to be in a studio for 12 hours. She said, why would somebody be recording a song for 12 hours? I said, yeah, it's a lot that goes into recording a song. Yeah, the song you listen to is 4 minutes, but it take about 5 to 10 hours just to record that one song.
Oh my goodness. No, I couldn't be an artist either then, because when I do these podcasts, you know what, we either hit it on take one or it's just not working today. It's like we got 30 minutes to an hour to record this episode, and we're gonna hit it. We're gonna nail it in one take. I have faith in Kindle, and I have faith in Chad. We're gonna get this done. We're not gonna be here for 12 hours, man.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, today's episode, as you know, is Motivation Monday, and we're all about having that high level of energy and enthusiasm and passion for the things in our life that just really get us going, whether it's editing music or recording the music or somewhere else in between. And Kindle, as you know, though, we're all human, man. You and I have all been in spots in our life where we're not motivated, where we're not feeling the energy and not just excited to face the stuff. And so what I wanted you to do today is share that time in your life when you were completely unmotivated and really set us up with where you were in life, what was going on, what kind of goals you had, if you had any goals, and what was keeping you back from being motivated.
Yeah, man, I think the time in my life when I wasn't motivated is when I didn't have I knew what I wanted to do as far as my career is concerned, but I didn't know what was the proper steps. Like, I didn't know that my mindset, like my subconscious, was actually holding me back. I remember a few years ago I was in a relationship, and long story short, that kind of threw me off my game, and I was in financial debt. I got evicted from my apartment, and I had to move back in with my mother, and that kind of thing. And I'm like, man, what can I do to get out of this, man? And I think the fact that I wanted to get out of debt, I think that was the start. The fact that I want to get out of debt. I remember a few years prior, someone gave me a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad from best-selling author Robert Kiyosaki. I said, you know what? Let me go back and read that book again. See what financial principles I can get from that. And from there, I read other books about personal finances. And that book about personal finances, it talked about running a business. I said, oh, running a business, I should try that. Because I knew I wanted to be more than just a rap artist. I wanted to be more than just someone who's a record producer, someone who's more than just a record label. I said, oh, let me go into business for myself, and from there, I've been drawn to business stuff, but that wasn't enough. It wasn't until a few months ago, actually, that I've been paying more attention to stuff about productivity and having the right mindset to do the things that you need to do. I wasn't happy with the job I was working at. I feel like I needed to do more, but I was limited in my time. And I think it's the matter of being distracted by all the little things that goes on in your life. And it's not something that you notice when I would have to say that my unmotivation was a gradual thing. So it's not one big thing that made me not motivated. It's like a gradual thing, and then you become comfortable at your level of motivation, so to speak. So my motivation was actually a low motivation. I wasn't pushing myself to move ahead or whatever. But what happened was one of my coworkers told me about a guy named Les Brown. He's a motivational speaker. And I listened to it. I'm like, this is nice. I knew about other motivational speakers. I knew about Christian pastors who talk about faith and whatnot. And I think that motivated me exponentially. Like, just listening to those guys. Also enjoy reading a lot of books. And it just so happened that a lot of business books and financial books that I read, they also talk about mindset in your subconscious mind and having a big vision for yourself. So it just, when I listen to these podcasts and audiobooks and videos, I remember reading similar information in these business books and financial books. 'Cause, like, even though they're talking about business, even though they're talking about finances, they put a lot of emphasis on your mindset and having the right attitude about the world. You know what I'm saying? And so that all of this, it motivated me to a higher level than where I was before. Plus, my manager, she would always tell me find productive ways to get my work done, because I was I guess I wasn't getting things done efficiently. The job I was working at, it wasn't. It was kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? So I had to think of creative ways to get the job done. And so what I did was, I said, let me learn more about productivity. And how can I apply productivity in my job? How can I apply productivity to what I want to do in my career? And I started learning more about productivity. Long story short, there's a lot of productivity tips out there. And one of the ways to become more productive is to have the right mindset, and to prepare your body physically as well. So there's a lot of things you can do to prepare your mind and to prepare your body. And that in turn will help you think creatively. And once you think creatively, you can then move on to time management and scheduling your day ahead and all that kind of stuff.
Oh man, Kindle, that's such a great amount of tips right there in just a few minutes. And we're going to have to definitely bring you back for Productivity Tuesday to talk about all the productivity hacks that you've learned and the mindset techniques to achieve a high level of productivity. But first of all, I just want to take it back to what you were saying about the unmotivation being a gradual thing, right? Because I think, what I've seen in my life in certain times and certain time periods, and what I've talked to other people, there has been like a tragic event, right? So something happened, and it was one event that really got you down, right, in this particular area, in this particular time period. But I want to go back and really say that I appreciate what you're saying about it can be a gradual thing, this unmotivation. You can start on Monday being extremely highly motivated, and then by like Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, you're just like, meh, I don't care, whatever, right? Or you start in January with all your goals and all your resolutions, and by April and May, you're like, yeah, oh well, I'll do that next year, Or just whole periods of your life. I've had whole decades of my life where like I'm really gonna start owning up my career and like aiming for the next levels in my career and really try to work hard at it. And then, the work is hard. Like, it's hard work, and the world is tough, and there's so many external negative forces out there that are banging on us every day, from stuff you see on the news to just family and friends who sometimes bring their negativity into our lives. And that constant struggle, that constant grind can wear down on our motivation. So I appreciate what you said about it's a gradual thing. And even if you're motivated at one point in time, like even if you and I are motivated highly right now today, that doesn't mean that we're going to automatically keep that motivation up throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. I mean, it's something that you have to revisit over and over. But I'm very happy that you reached out, you found some sources of motivation, you found some things externally, some motivational speakers, some training, some other things that you were looking at, some books that you were reading, and it was like, okay, it's about this mindset. It's about not what's happening externally, but the things that I can generate within my own mind, the things that I can change my mind about how I think about the world that really helped you apply it into your career and in your personal life and starting a business and all this kind of stuff. To me, that is super motivating. When I can see like the lessons that a person's learned now very, very much resonates with the path that I've been on the last few years, it gets me fired up and it gets me motivated to face this week with a high level of energy.
Here's another thing. Here's another way to get unmotivated is to hang around unmotivated people. You heard the term, you are the company you keep. And so, in one of my songs, I said, write a list of 6 people you hang with the most. You're now looking at your future based off what you wrote. And so what they mean is, if you were hanging around, certain friends or, certain people who are not going to do what they can to improve their own life, subconsciously you're going to do the same thing eventually. You're gonna dress the way they dress. You're going to talk the way they talk. Your finances, your level of finances are going to match their level of finances, and so on and so forth. And so that's another way to get unmotivated. And sometimes, listening to negative people. And matter of fact, I have to. I was telling my brother that I don't want to watch TV series anymore because that can be a distraction. That's another way I can lose productivity by watching Netflix and cable. Matter of fact, there's one guy on YouTube. His name is Leo. From his website is actualize.org. He had a podcast out about why he stopped watching TV, and he was talking about that TV can distract you and watching the media. Oh my goodness, the media can also the media itself can spew negativity. I was listening to another speaker named Tony Robbins. He was saying that the media is not in the business to inform you; they're in the business to startle you.
Man, that's so true.
Yeah. So so they're going to put out information, and then you're listening to the media constantly. I mean, I'm saying you should stop watching TV. I'm not saying you should stop listening to the media. I mean, it's okay to tune in every now and then to see what's going on around you, but I would say limit the amount of time that you watch TV, or limit the amount of time that you listen to the media, because that can make you unmotivated as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking it back to your lyrics there from your song, when I was a little kid, I heard the phrase "birds of a feather stick together," and then kind of the same thing. And then when I got older, and was listening to a lot of entrepreneurs like John Lee Dumas and some other podcasters talking about starting your own business and starting your own podcast and the things that help them. And they say all the time, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Yeah. So I completely agree with you that whether by choice or by habit, we want to find our group. We want to find our tribe, our people, the people that we resonate with. Unfortunately, if we're not proactively trying to find people that are, I almost said better than us. I don't mean better than us. I mean, in a position in their lives where we want to be, right? So right. They are our future selves, and we are constantly pushing ourselves to get to that level financially and socially and intellectually, or whatever your goals are. If you're hanging around the same high school buddies or the same work buddies that have no goals and no aspirations, that's great for them. Like, no judgment. No worries, no hate on anybody, but I want to get to a different level. That means I'm going to have to change where I invest my time, and I'm going to have to invest my time in things that are more productive, as you said. So stop cutting TV. Dude, I watch Game of Thrones, and I watch the first season of Stranger Things, but other than that, like, I'm not watching TV. And the news, I mean, there's enough just in Twitter where I don't need to watch the news. I can just see, like, what's trending, and okay, that's... I'll go do a little research on that. So yeah, man, that's great stuff.
Yeah. And one more thing while we still talking about motivation and how we can motivate ourselves. Are you familiar with visualization?
Not much. Tell us about it. What does that mean?
Visualization. The way I define it is by saying it's to meditate on images. You can meditate on your imagination, or you can draw pictures or post positive notes on your wall. That's pretty much what motivation is. And here's what I did, Shad. I actually printed out blank checks. Like, I went on the internet and I was looking for fake blank checks. I printed those out. I printed out wires, like cash, like $100 bills and $50 bills. I printed out pictures of the audience that you would see at a music concert. I printed out pictures of the audiences that you would see at a seminar. And why did I do that? Well, number one, I want to be wealthy. So that's why I printed out money. That's why I printed out blank checks. I want to be a successful musician. So which is why I printed out pictures of a concert audience. I also want to be a motivational speaker. So which is why I printed out seminar audiences. What I did was I posted them on my wall, and what it's supposed to be is now visualization. It doesn't build your faith per se, but it does give you a constant reminder of where you want to go. Mm-hmm. So, most people, they'll post positive words on the wall, and that's good. But in addition to that, what I like to do, I like to have a vivid image of where I want to go. And so that's actually an idea I learned from another podcast. So what I do was when I wake up in the morning and I see these pictures on the wall and I see the crowd, I imagine myself on the stage, influencing hundreds and thousands of people. When I wake up and I see the seminar audience, I imagine myself on the stage, motivating or teaching a large audience on my message. The blank checks that I see, I actually write it out. Like I act as though a third-party individual wrote me out a check for $80,000. I act as though a third-party individual wrote me out $7 million or whatever, and I actually wrote it out and I posted it on my wall, and what is supposed to be a constant reminder of what it is I want to accomplish.
Man, I love that. I kind of take it back to like grade school sports. Now, you know me, Kindle. I am not a sports guy, right? I mean, we were joking prior to this episode about the episode where I talked to Kelly Roach, and she's a former NFL cheerleader, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I know nothing about the NFL. I think it's the one with a pointy ball, right? The brown pointy ball. I'm not so sure, because I talked to other people from different parts of the world, and football to them means something completely different. So anyway, I'm not a sports guy, but I've heard in sports language, right, where they're talking about visualization, they're talking about see yourself hitting the ball, or see yourself making that touchdown, see yourself crossing the finish line on your race, and really think about how that feels, and think about what that means to you. Like, is it a big deal for you to win this game? Is it a big deal to have that championship belt? Is it important for you to accomplish this goal, right? And then what I'm hearing from you, Kendall, is to take that and instead of sports, apply it to whatever part of life you have, right? Whether it's finances, whether it's social recognition, whether it's success in business or family or whatever you're trying to do, but really like create a mental picture of where you want to be. Like, where does Chad want to be next year, 5 years from now, right? And instead of just writing out a little description, well, I want to be rich and I want to be, on the beach somewhere, but really print those pictures out literally up on the wall so that I can see them every day, I can visualize them, and then when they come, then when those opportunities open up, I'm not scared of them, or I'm not surprised by them. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been working for. Yep, I'm taking it.
And here's the thing though, like even if you're not meditating, like even if you're not conscious, even if you're not consciously saying to yourself, okay, this is where I want to be, just by glancing at it for a few seconds, it's going to record in your subconscious mind. Again, I keep going back to your subconscious mind and your mindset, because what you view becomes a part of you. And so if you're constantly looking at it every day, even if you're not like actually meditating on the picture, like even if you're just glancing at it for a few seconds, you're constantly seeing it, and then it's going to eventually flow through you, and you're going to behave naturally to go that route.
Awesome. Kindle, in just a moment, I want to ask you about maybe what our audience can do if they're in this state where they are maybe having a wake-up call today on this call, wake-up call, listening to this podcast, and they're like, you know what? I have allowed time to gradually unmotivate me. I thought I was doing well in the past, but now I'm kind of in this funk. I'm in this state of low motivation, and what we can do to inspire them to get out of it. But first, let's take a quick break and thank our sponsors. Chad Bostic here, and I've got a very special announcement concerning next week. Next week is going to kick off my very first signature series week. That is 1 full week dedicated to a single course, a single topic. And that topic next week is career development, specifically my Career Hyperdrive course, how to get unstuck in your career and launch your career back into hyperspace. Now, we're going to have 7 full days of content, and what you're going to get out of it is motivation that you need to overcome your biggest career obstacles, productivity tips to help you crush it at work without killing your personal life, leadership training that will build your respect and influence across the organization without needing to move into the management tracks, a technology mastery blueprint that's going to guide you through the process of selecting the right technology for the right problem every time, social engineering hacks to break into the elite inner circles and get a seat at the adult table, entrepreneurship tactics that will raise your value and salary within your organization and increase your reputation and negotiation power to the marketplace, and the peace of mind to unplug from the job without anxiety or guilt. Now, if this sounds good to you, you do not want to miss any of the episodes next week. And you're going to want to sign up for the course, the online course, because you're going to get access to all of the takeaways and all of the homework sessions. There will be homework. You have to do the homework in order to get unstuck. You can't succeed just by listening. So go to hellotechpros.com/career to sign up for the free course and get access to all the content. Again, that's hellotechpros.com/career. Okay, we're back with Kindle Rashod. Kindle is a motivational hip-hop artist targeting other creative artists and entrepreneurs, and he is all about motivation and productivity and innovation and faith, and he's just a very positive person that's teaching us about the mindset that goes in to getting what you want to happen, right? If you want to be more productive, you got to get into that mindset of a productive person. If you want to be successful, you have to get into the mindset of a successful person and structure it with just like hanging around the people that you want to be, right? Keeping the company that you want to be, like cutting out the TV and the news media and just all the potential negativity stuff that could be influencing your life, and starting to visualize and meditate on images and things that you want to see, like goals for yourself that you want to see in the future. So, Kindle, if there's somebody out there in the audience today who's listening to this and is like, yeah, I want that. Like, what would you say to them, maybe like the first step to take in their life or the first step to take in their business to start applying some of this stuff?
Yeah. What I like to tell other musicians, anybody else that I come in contact with, is to write what you would call a life plan. It's similar to like a business plan, but you're writing, I guess you can say you're writing a business plan for your life. But what you want to do is write your life plan. So what you want to do is describe what it is that you want in your life. Now, what will make you happy? What will make you fulfilled? What will make you feel successful? And what I want you to do is to focus on different aspects of your life. So how do you want to be mentally? So what do I mean by mentally? What do I mean? How do you want to be mentally? What I mean is like how do you want to grow your mind, for example? So do you want education, that sort of thing, or no? Do you want to think stronger or think faster, or do you want to improve your memory, that sort of thing? How do you want to be physically? Does that mean you want to lose weight? Does that mean you want to build muscles? Does that mean you want to build your strength? Does that mean you want to look more beautiful? And what about another area of your life? How do you want to be emotionally? How do you want to be financially? How do you want to be in your marriage, relationship, or with your family, your relative, that sort of thing? So what I would tell people is to write about the things that they want to accomplish in different aspects of your life, and that will also include your career or your professional aspect of your life, and that would be a start. And from there, I would suggest that, they read books and listen to podcasts, audiobooks, that sort of thing to help them. I would say listen to podcasts and audiobooks that focus on the specific areas that will help you. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because that life plan exercise, and I've seen it in several different forms, and no matter which kind of form or style that you pick, it's really about making your goals and aspirations like tangible, right? Because you can think about it in your head and you can kind of BS about it or talk to your buddies about, yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we were millionaires? Wouldn't it be cool if, we had all these things or whatever? But that's different than actually writing them down. And just the fact whether it's pen and paper or typed out like in a blog or whatever your style is, but actually get them down on paper where you're going through the motions of making it tangible, making it's an exercise where you're producing something like a physical piece of paper that you could print out or you can make copies of and you could share with people, and you say, this is my goal, like this is who I want to be and this is where I want to get. Now hold me accountable to this, or I'm going to hold myself accountable to this, and you just kind of watch me do it, right? And then just surround yourself by positivity, surround yourself by education, and by things that are going to allow you to get to those places, like you said, podcasts and audiobooks and physical books. I mean, there's just so much material, Kindle. There's so much material out there today. Like if you say you can't find it, I'm going to challenge you and be like, dude, you're not trying hard enough. If you can't find motivational messages, if you can't find education on how to build strength and muscles, like it's not for lack of material. There's tons of material out there. You just need to find a style, a flavor that really resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool,
Most definitely.
Cool, man. Well, dude, you got me fired up. You got me motivated, which is an awesome thing to do. Because I thought I was motivated when I came into this episode, but I think I'm double or 10 times motivation. So before we leave this call today, Kindle, can you share any parting words of wisdom that you have for our audience? The best way that we can connect with you, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, like what I was saying, a little earlier. Make sure you actually surround yourself. Well, I would say create a supportive environment. So, like I was saying about the visualization, about hanging around goal-oriented people, listening to podcasts, watching videos. Oh, and another thing. Here's one thing I didn't say earlier in the podcast. I would say. No, regardless of what your goals are, I think, whatever your goals are, make it 10 times. Make it 10 times bigger than that. So let's say, I don't know, let's say, okay, business-wise, let's say your goal is to reach 100 customers next month. Okay, I would say 10 times that. How can you reach 1,000 customers instead? So I would say push yourself even further than what you originally wanted. And if you're scared a little bit, that's good. You're supposed to be scared. And another thing, if you want to contact me, I would say go to KindleRashod.com. That's KindleRashod.com.
Kindle, thank you so much for joining me on Hello Tech Pros today. I really value your motivation. I value your story. I value your honesty in this situation. And I really appreciate you coming on and telling us some very tactical things that we can do to get motivated and just to keep that motivation and then start heading into that productivity area. So thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks you, man.
You bet. Tech Pros, if you are in this situation where maybe you're not a hip-hop artist, right? Maybe you're a software developer, maybe you're a server admin, maybe you are an entrepreneur in technology, right? WordPress developer, something like that. It doesn't matter what our career is. This motivational, these exercises transcend your career. They transcend your wherever you are in the world. I truly feel that the message that Kindle has shared with us today can be applied to anyone in any situation. It's very, very good stuff. You got to surround yourself by positive people. You got to set a goal for yourself, set a business plan, a life plan for yourself, and you've got to just really, really immerse yourself into this area, in whatever area you want to grow stronger at, whether it's business or whether it's technology or whether it's entrepreneurship or whether it's something else, social things, right? So me facing my social anxieties, you have to dive in head first, fully in the deep end, and just surround yourself with opportunities to grow, and you'll do great. You've been listening to Kindle Rashod, and I'm Chad Bostic, and until next time, take care. The show notes page for this episode can be found at hellotechpros.com/176. Do you use Slack for team communication? Join the Hello Tech Pros Slack channel at hellotechpros.com/Slack. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review, subscribe to this channel, and check back tomorrow. This has been Motivation Monday, but tomorrow my featured guest and I talk about productivity. On Wednesday, leadership, Thursday, technology, Friday, people and communication, Saturday, entrepreneurship, and Sunday, being unplugged. Then next week, we start it all over again with Motivation Monday. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.